Hey y'all, I hope y'all had a wonderful Christmas and that you have a happy new year. 2015 had its ups and downs, but it was a great year. And 2016 I think is going to be that much better. I've got so many things coming up that I'm super excited about. So here's to 2016. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about my transition and how I got to the point where I'm at today. Kind of open up my heart a little bit. Explain why I'm so passionate about making a change and about living my life out loud. Now, when I was 4 or 5 is when I kind of remember feeling like I was different, like there was something wrong with me. Didn't really know how to express it. Probably the best way would be to tell somebody I had a girl brain and a boy body. Definitely wasn't going to do that. There wasn't the internet back then. There wasn't media coverage and social media, all the talk about transgender that's happening today because of the people who have stepped out and decided to live their life out loud and make a change. So without that happening back then, I just hid how I felt. I suppressed every bit of it that I could and focused all of my energy into sports. Became big into basketball and baseball and anything I could do to not feel like a girl. As I got older and got into junior high and high school, we finally got the internet at home out in the country, crappy little dial-up that it used to be. And I started researching the feelings that I had and seeing that I wasn't alone. There was so much terminology out there, though, that I didn't really understand or grasp all of it yet. And I was afraid. That fear we all have of opening up to our family and our friends and facing that rejection and that hate that we just associate being different with. So I went to church with friends and focused, again, all of my energy somewhere else. Got involved in youth group and Bible studies and mission trips and everything I could to fit in. And I carried that all the way through to college and went to a Baptist college. I got ordained. I got a Christian ministry degree and a business degree. And I had a blast in college. But again, how I felt never changed. I even got married. Started living my summers in a church and working with inner city kids and all amazing things that I'm glad I got the chance to do. But even in the marriage, it started to go south because I couldn't hide who I was anymore. It just those feelings, there was no way to suppress them. And when I couldn't hide them, it led to lying, and the lying led to divorce. And the divorce led to a severe, deep depression. I was bawling my eyes out, sitting on the couch, researching what pills I could swallow to end my life. It definitely wasn't the first time that suicide came to mind. I thought about it a lot growing up, but never as much as this time. And life just didn't seem like it was worth living anymore. I didn't want to put anybody else through what I put my ex through, and I didn't want to have those feelings of hating myself so much. So as I was doing that, I started to think to myself, if I'm going to lose everybody anyway, why not just try transitioning? So I got in touch with a gender therapist and I started going to some sessions, and opening up felt great. Saying out loud that I was transgender was probably the best thing I ever did. And that led to me sharing that with my family and friends a little bit at a time. And as I did that, I was seeing mostly acceptance and welcoming arms. And that really meant the world to me. It let me know that it's okay. It's okay to love myself and to live my life the way I feel like I need to live it. So that led to me opening up to more people at work and transitioning at work. That led to the breast augmentation and trachea shave and becoming who I am. I still remember the day that I got rid of all of my old boy clothes, and it was like, this is it. This is my chance to finally be happy. And I'm not saying it was easy. It was still difficult. And there was still moments that I would sit at home and cry and just wish that life was over. And had it not been for, my mom and my dad and my cats, there's times I probably still would have ended my life. And that's sad and scary to think about, because as a transgender community as a whole, it's probably a 40 to 50% suicide rate, at least on attempts. That shouldn't happen. Just because we feel different doesn't mean we are. And it doesn't mean that we should be ostracized as if we were. So I remember back in junior high and high school when I would research anything I could about feeling transgender, cross-dressing, any of that stuff, I saw girls going through transition then, posting their stuff online. And I remember how it opened up doors for me to not feel like I was alone. So as I began my transition, I decided I've got to do the same thing. I've got to let other people know they're not alone. There's someone to talk to. There's someone to look up to, that they know that you can succeed in doing whatever you want to do and be who you are. So I focused so much of my time and energy into living my life out loud and authentically so other people know that it's okay to do the same thing. There's nothing wrong with you. There's no need for your life to end when it gets so much better. There's so many wonderful things that happen when you open up and you share who you are. You get to learn so much about other people, and your heart becomes more open and accepting to everyone. And it's so much better in life. I would say this year, after having gender reassignment surgery, things changed a little bit for me. I don't know if it's just not having testosterone in my body or not anymore, but it seems like things just don't affect me the way they used to. I still get down and depressed a little bit, but it doesn't linger. It doesn't hold me and weigh me down. It's like I've reached the top of the mountain, and the views, the surroundings, everything is just so majestic and amazing. And it seems like nothing could ever knock me off of this mountaintop. And I don't want it to. We spend our whole lives trying to dig ourselves out of that valley and climb this mountain to just be happy, to just live our lives. And there's been a few times I've stumbled a little bit, and you seem to feel like you're going to fall. But again, it's not weighing me down like it used to. So those burdens and those problems don't keep me from getting back to the top of the mountain that quick. I know it sounds a little preachy, the whole mountains and valleys, but it's my background. You'll have to forgive me. It's just it's a good metaphor. But it's true. It's in our lives, as we try to overcome the problems and the disassociation with society, we have to fight. And that's why the word transgender to me should be more of a description of who we are. It shouldn't mean that we were one thing or the other before. It should just show that we have fought so hard to be who we are now. And that's how I feel. It's been a great fight, and it's been worth it. And I'm so happy that I've got the opportunity to be myself and to share my life authentically with everybody else. And I want that same feeling for everyone else. It's truly amazing. And it's worth it. So if you're watching this, if you see this, if you know somebody that's going through this, push hard and fight, because getting out of that valley up onto the mountain is worth it. And life could never be better. It takes a long time to love yourself the way that I feel like I've finally reached. Confidence still, that's something we all fight with. There's things that we won't necessarily like about our bodies or who we are, or what point we are in transition, but it's important that even during the process, you love who you are. And you know that that person that you're becoming is someone who's going to make a great difference in the world just by being yourself. It drags you down when you feel like you're this anomaly, kind of like in a sea of normality. Everybody else is just the same, and you stand out because you're different, or you feel different. But it doesn't mean you are, and it's not a bad thing if you are different. I think being the same is boring. So I guess the whole point of all of this is that it's okay to love yourself, and that you should fight for that. And You shouldn't let others drag you down. Be positive, be encouraging to others. And in turn, you typically get that back. Again, like I said, I came out to a lot of people who I never thought would accept who I am. And that's almost all I've run into. So as this new year comes up, I hope that the things I want to do, my dreams and my passions of modeling and acting and basketball, I hope all that happens, not necessarily just for me, but for the opportunity and the platform that it's going to give me to stand up to a larger audience and make a difference. I want to encourage and to inspire and to let people know that we're no different. We're just people trying to do the things we love and make it to where we want to succeed in life. So just, I hope everyone has a happy new year. I hope that my story can some way encourage you or inspire you or help you make a difference for someone else and not bore you to sleep, because I know it's over 11 minutes long already. But I love you guys so much. Thank you. I really appreciate all of the encouragement and the subscribing and likes and follows that you guys do for me. Here's to a wonderful new year. Hope everyone has a great time, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.